Good morning. It's a good morning where I am. The sun is out. It has rained for the last 2 days continuously, hardly the sun coming up. But today the sun is out and we are grateful. So today's video is titled Renewal and Seasons, an African Reflection. Why is being referred to as an African reflection? Of course, it's being recorded in Africa. But when you're talking about seasons, Africans do not have winter, those definitions: winter, summer, spring, autumn, and so on. I think we have only two seasons. It's either the rainy season or the dry season. Anyway, let me get on with it and hopefully we'll decipher the message clearly. So the message is titled Renewal and Seasons, an African Reflection. In the heart of the forest, something ancient speaks. It is not loud and it does not rush, but it is always speaking. It speaks through the rustling leaves, through the birds that rise at dawn, through the scent of rain before it touches the earth. It speaks through silence. This is the voice of renewal. This is the voice of seasons, African seasons. Here our seasons do not follow the pages of a foreign calendar. They are not called spring or autumn. They come with the rhythm of the rain, the whispers of the wind, the heat of the sun, and the hush of the earth when it rests. Our seasons are not measured in cold or snow, but in planting and harvest, in hunger and fullness, in stillness and song. There is the season of waiting, when the skies grow heavy and the air smells of promise. The rain has not yet come, but the trees begin to prepare. The animals grow quieter. The earth holds its breath. And we too learn to wait, not with anxiety, but with faith. Because waiting is part of the work. Waiting is when roots grow deeper. It is a holy silence, a spiritual patience. Then comes the season of rain. The heavens open and life rushes back into the land. The streams sing again. The trees drink deeply. The soil breaks open with new life. This is the season of beginning again, of hope reborn. And just like the forest, our spirits too are washed. Old dust is carried away. Our dreams wake up. Our hearts soften. Renewal is not something we force. It is something we receive, like rain falling on dry ground. And after the rain comes the season of growth. The forest becomes a feast for the eyes, green upon green, layered with sound and song. The land is generous. The birds build, the bees work, the sun rises high and the days are full. This is a time to build, to move, to grow. But the forest teaches us balance. Even when it grows, it rests in the shade. It teaches us to work with grace, not with haste. Growth without peace is not true growth. Then comes the season of dryness. The rivers thin, the leaves lose some of their shine, the sun becomes fierce, and the nights are still. But the forest is not afraid. It knows that even in dryness, life continues. It draws from deep wells, it remembers the rains, and so must we. In dry seasons of the soul, when nothing seems to flourish, we must remember that we are not empty. We are conserving, preparing, waiting again. And then, as surely as it began, the cycle repeats. The promise of return, of life renewed. In Africa, the forest does not need a clock to know when to change. It moves with the breath of the earth. it listens, and in listening, it survives. Let's see how we're doing in this one. I need to move. I need to turn a page. So too must we. Let us live like the forest, deep rooted, quietly listening, always open to change. Let us not curse the dry season, nor rush the rain. Every season carries the fingerprint of the Creator. Every moment, whether of plenty or of pause, is holy. And just as the forest never fights the sun or the soil, may we also stop fighting time, stop fighting the quiet, stop fearing the stillness. Your renewal will come. It may not come in the way you expect, but like rain on thirsty ground, it will come. Trust the rhythm, trust the silence, trust the spirit that moves through all creation. Let the forest be your teacher. Let the land be your mirror, and let your soul, like the trees around you, rise again with every season. Oh, that's the end of my reading. It's a tough message, that one, because we tend to sometimes go through very hard times, and when these times come, we almost start to think that it is a hopeless situation. Some just wallow in worry and sadness, and sometimes they create sickness in themselves because of the excess is it cortisol that is produced that creates stress, and you just become ill. Why? Because you're stressed. The reality of life is such that our lives are like the forests, the seasons. There is going to be a dry season and there is going to be a wet season. That is the African way. We measure it through wetness or dryness, not summer or winter, because it's not dependent of the temperatures. So when we end up engaging in so much worry, we don't achieve anything. By the way, we make things even worse, by focusing on the negative instead of focusing on the positive. In this case, I am speaking of imagining better days, imagining a better future, rather than, worry and wonder about life and what it is that it has in store for you. Someone spoke to me the other day and said that our imagination is God. We imagine things and they come true. Nothing comes to life without the involvement of the mind. Yeah, the mind of the human being puts a picture in itself and creates a situation, and that situation comes to life at one time or other. So that is what is called imagination. You imagine a situation. So it's upon us to imagine better days, even when there is no rain, when it is so dry, when it is so miserable, when we have grounds to be upset with life. Yeah, imagine better days and picture them in a true form. Have a picture of what it is you're looking for, you're hoping for, you're waiting for when the rain comes, because rain is surely to come. Yeah. Anyway, have a great day. Nice speaking to you.